Hi, today is 14th of June, or I posted a video just 5-10 minutes ago. It's after market hours. Today there was a huge sell off in Nifty, and this is the second part of the video. The first part you will get it in the upper right corner, where I have discussed the companies which are good for मोमेंटम ट्रेड्स, क्योंकि आज जो निफ्टी में वीकनेस आई उसके बावजूद भी वो कंपनी ऑल टाइम हाइज के आसपास है या ऑल टाइम हाई बनाई. सो बेसिकली दोज कंपनीज शो केसेस दैट उसमें बहुत मोमेंटम है एंड दे आर जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर द राइट मार्केट सेंटिमेंट. तो एक बार अगर मार्केट अच्छी सेंटिमेंट हुई तो मार्केट की सेंटिमेंट अच्छी हुई सो दे विल स्टार्ट मूविंग. ये जो वीडियो है इसमें मैं सिर्फ 5-6 कंपनीज के बारे में डिस्कस करूँगा, और ये वो कंपनीज है जिसमें आज मुझे लगता है कि शॉर्टर्स ट्रैप हुए हैं. सो ऑफ कोर्स ये जो प्ले होगा ये मोर ऑफ स्विंग ट्रेड या पोजिशनल ट्रेड के बेसिस पे है, एंड दिस कंपनीज आर नोवेयर नियर द ऑल टाइम हाई. और यहाँ पे हम लोग वही देखेंगे कि द फर्स्ट कंपनी लेट्स स्टार्ट इज पीडीलाइट. सो हम देख सकते हैं पीडीलाइट वाज हैविंग अ वेरी मार्वलस मूव. इट्स नियर इट्स ऑल टाइम हाई. So we can say that from a market point of view the sentiments are high since 27th 25th of last month. 3 weeks have passed. It was very nicely consolidating. You can see is a range इसमें ये range bound थी, and this is absolutely required because this was the all time high it made, and then it went for a very nice consolidation, and then this breakout came, and you can see this was accompanied with volume, and then eventually ये एक gap up opening हुआ. We are looking on an hourly chart. So ये gap up opening में एक नया all time high बनाया at 2160, and then eventually it gave a breakdown. यहाँ पे जो breakout आई थी इसका एक breakdown देख के it was trying to hold in the last session. आज सुबह क्या हुआ? आज सुबह ये एकदम एक big fat red candle बनाई on the very first hour, just like most of the counters today you will see, but then eventually there was no follow-up selling, as a result of which after it just kept on moving making small candles, and it was able to devour the whole red candle. तो मतलब ये जहाँ पे खुली थी एक बेस वैलिडेट की towards 2080 levels, 2085 levels, and then it closed around about 2120 levels, so which is again this breakout zone. So one of the very interesting trades would be to track it above. Let's go for a finer chart, then we will understand. So यहाँ पे अगर आप देखो, so this was the level जहाँ पे वो कल तक consolidate कर रही थी. Let me actually remove these. So basically it was okay, let me change the color, that will help. सीरियसली कलर कैसे चेंज करते हैं? ओके या सॉरी. सो ये इस रेंज में कल तक थी. आज सुबह ये वो रेंज ब्रेक की, लेकिन उसके बाद कोई फॉलो अप सेलिंग नहीं आई, एंड थ्रू आउट द डे इट ate up the whole red candle. जहाँ पे ओपन हुआ था वहीं पे जाके क्लोज हुई. सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड आई थिंक 2125 and 2126 are very good levels over here, and for a safety you can also put 2140 levels, कि अगर ये लेवल्स को अगर ये ब्रेकआउट करके अगर मूव की, so in the very near short term it can very well go for a new all time high. So I will keep 2135 levels just for a check. So अगर वो इस लेवल्स पे आके जस्ट लाइक ये कंसोलिडेट करके जैसे बड़ी थी, अभी ये ब्रेक डाउन, बट दिस केम आउट एज अ फॉल्स ब्रेक डाउन एंड देयर वाज इमीडिएट बाइंग हैपनिंग. आई थिंक मे बी दिस इज वन ऑफ द गुड थिंग्स, एंड that in the future it will go for a new all time high, but this may take time, and eventually it can also happen कि कल immediately यहाँ पे वो resistance face करके नीचे आए. So it all depends, and hence मेरा जो first video I talked which is there in the upper right corner, that's more about कि अगर वो dip आई फिर भी मैं buy करूँगा. और ये सब है कि इन सब stocks में ये जो अभी मैं discuss करने वाला हूँ इनमें एक पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न वैलिडेशन के बाद ही हम लोग पोजीशन बनाएंगे, एल्स वी आर गोइंग टू फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. तो द फर्स्ट कंपनी इज पीडीलाइट इंडस्ट्रीज which is near its all time high. The second company is Tata Consumer Products. अगर आप फर्स्ट वीडियो देख के ये देख रहे हो तो you already do know कि what are the sectors you should be concentrating and trying to find your biggest strength and trying to find the players. So यहाँ पे एक बहुत interesting चीज़ हुई थी. It was so it was consolidating towards the end of May, and then during June it gave a very good move, Tata Consumer, and you will find it in the Twitter when it was around about 680 670 regions over here, and from there it's now in 717 region, and now you can see it's in a very tight consolidation phase. Now if you look for the previous pattern, you can see it takes nearly 2 weeks, and this has been ongoing since 1 week, so maybe in the next 1 week it will still be in this box of 700 and 720. But going forward, if the sentiments, because right now it's not about the sentiment of the market, but rather it's more about the sentiment of the sector. So here going forward, I can see that if 720 is taken out, this level of 719 720 is taken out, then maybe we can get a very good upside move in Tata Consumer Products, and let's see, then that would also be in an all time high. So आप देख रहे हो कि आज निफ्टी में डिप आने के बावजूद भी लोअर लेवल्स पे ये एक ट्रैपिंग हुई है, क्योंकि इन्होंने यहाँ पे जो शॉर्ट करके बैठे हैं, so they were not able, there was no follow up of this candle even though the market sentiment was weak. So this actually shows this is the second company I would be interested in. The third company is Finance. I have tweeted earlier in the morning today, 10:30 Market Watch. मैं हमेशा मार्केट वॉच बनाता हूँ, उसमें आप देखोगे कि I was talking about financials, and Bajaj Finance went and made an all-time high today, even with the weak Nifty sentiments, and this is exactly also what I'm seeing in so you can see this stock Mahindra and Mahindra Financials on a daily chart is nowhere near its 52-week high of 220, rather it's right now in 170 region. So this is the pattern which I found interesting, was this one, that today Nifty के break के बाद भी ये उस lower level पे नहीं गया, and it made a higher low. Even there was a sell off from the previous session, वहाँ पे सेल ऑफ हो गया, इट सेटल टू एज अ डे लो. आज ये और लो खुली, लेकिन देन इट वाज एबल टू क्लोज अबव. सो आई थिंक इट्स स्टक बिटवीन 172 and 164 regions, and maybe we can have a very good analysis and very good breakout trade if 173 is broken, and this will eventually lead to a very good say a run towards 180. We can definitely have a move towards 180, for example, and this will be a very good trade, because from 170 to 180, that's nearly 5%, and this move will be much more vigorous. But definitely you should be, I would be looking out around about 180 regions, because there has been a multiple times in the past where this region has acted as support or resistance. So this is 180 is also a psychological level. But no matter what, right now is stuck in a range, and if this range gets broken, this level is very easy to attain in the very short term. The fourth company which I will talk about is ONGC, oil and natural gas. So oil is basically running, and hence the sentiment of the sector is very high. We were if you look into my tweets, आपको मिल जाएगी कि हम लोग एक breakout trade भी लिए हैं ONGC में, where we were able to trade this 123 breakout, and then it eventually went for 128, and this was more of a very good move. So it formed a very good it formed a very good cup and handle pattern, and then there was a breakout, and now it's today, even with a weekly so this is on a daily chart. So since last 7-8 sessions, it's trading between 128 and 121. So today also, if you see in the morning, आज सुबह में ऐसा ही हुआ कि यहाँ पे फर्स्ट कैंडल और फिर सेकंड कैंडल टोटली डिवॉर्ड इट. सो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, आई थिंक ONGC माइट बी वन ऑफ द कंपनीज विच इज़ पॉइज्ड टू break this 128, and it would be very much interesting to see above 126. So अभी ये 125 में है, so let's be much more realistic. No, actually I need 126, क्योंकि अगर ये 126 लेवल्स को इजीली ब्रेक कर जाती है, so you can see it's going to face a resistance, just like it has faced over here multiple times, and eventually it can move and also break 128. So I think if this 128 is broken, then 135 should be in no time it will be achieved. So this is one of the swing trades which I would be interested in. The sentiments are good for this sector, and going forward I won't be surprised if I see ONGC trading at 135 in the short term. The fifth company is Cipla. So Cipla is near its all-time high. If you look into the monthly chart, so it's at all-time high. But from a daily perspective, we can see that it has entered into a tight consolidation. Previously, the difference is whenever it made an all-time high, there was an immediate sell-off. Here, it made an all-time high and it's consolidating. So I think this is one of similarly over here you can see जब भी ये all time high बनाई है, there was in next sessions immediate sell off, all time high, immediate sell off, all time high, immediate sell off. 960 was a good, and now was a resistance, a tough resistance to be taken out, but now today it was able to take a support at 960 regions, and I think I won't be surprised if it actually goes towards thousand in a very short time. So this would be also one of the trades in my radar, and one very interesting level to watch would be how it behaves over say 979, right? So 980 region में मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि ये स्टॉक कैसे बिहेव करता है, लेकिन अब शॉर्ट ऑन एन आवरली चार्ट यू कैन सी ऊपर जाती है, फिर वो आके 960 में उसको सपोर्ट मिली और फिर अभी वो 980 के पास गई है. सो आई थिंक दिस कंसोलिडेशन यू कैन सी इन द पास्ट ऑल्सो, these consolidations they keep on happening for a longer period of time, and this is just the beginning. But no matter what, I think 1000 may be in the cards very soon for a company like Cipla. And also Cipla is a pharma company, and given the sentiment of the market, maybe this is also going to help in the movement for Cipla. मेरा वही रहता है, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू ब्रेक अगेंस्ट द मार्केट, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू गो अगेंस्ट द मार्केट. मार्केट की जैसे सेंटिमेंट होती है उसके हिसाब से जो सेक्टर चलती है, मैं अपने आप को उस सेक्टर में पोजीशन करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. And hence company like Cipla came in. There are other pharma companies which I have discussed which are good for momentum trading, and maybe Cipla should have been there, maybe it's over here, but I think since Cipla is going to take some more time, and hence is part of this part 2 video and not in the momentum trade. So have a look into the first part of the video which I posted some 5-10-20 minutes ago. That will explicitly give you the name of other pharma companies which can where you can make your momentum trades in the very short term. The last company is Naukri. This I have discussed Naukri extensively over the weekend, and you should be watching the video about 4 NSE mid-cap IT companies. It was posted on 13th of June. Or so basically you should be looking into that video. So the only thing which I wanted to showcase, and this analysis is already there, that whenever it came for this particular level or this particular level or this particular level, it always touched, and there was a touch and go, and right now it's actually trying to validate. So this today there was also a touch, and then it's still able to maintain. So I would be very much it would be very much interesting for me, and I would be very much interested if I can see a level over say 4702 levels. And I think 4702 I have actually mentioned, and I have so this video is I'm not going to invest more time on this video, because I have already discussed the levels and what are the criteria for me on which I will take a trade. So this is the end of the part 2 of the video. Thanks a lot for listening. Please go through part 1, because those are the number 1 companies in my radar in FNO space, and number 2, and this video is more about the next set of companies where I think a lot of shorters tried to create some shorts, and maybe, and then we saw that there was no follow-up, and hence if these counters they start moving up, then there could be a short covering, and we as traders, we should always take part in that and try to make some quick money either in intraday or in swing trades. Thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video was helpful for you. और अगर आज आपको ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी, सो आप लाइक कीजिए और कमेंट कीजिए कि आप कौन सा ट्रेड आपको अच्छा लगा. The generic underlining is every script is different, and you can see that companies like Naukri is IT, and IT is one of the defensive sector. Similarly, I discussed about Cipla. So Cipla is also coming from a defensive sector. Tata Consumer is also from a defensive sector. Pidilite is also from a defensive sector, and the only ONGC is the company which came in radar, and you can talk is because of the sentiments we have in the oil. So right now oil is trading at $73 per barrel, or going forward अभी analysts कह रहे हैं कि given the consumption, given the way the economies have revived, especially in US, वो शायद $80 per barrel चला जाए. But one of the companies which is standing out of all the companies which I discussed in this video is M&M Finance. And so basically I am stating again that somehow I am seeing a lot of strength in finance companies. And this was also what I investigated at 9:45 a.m. today in the morning. Just जब निफ्टी एकदम इट वॉज ब्लीडिंग, तब मैं अपना मार्केट वॉच में देखा कि जितने भी कंपनीज है उसमें फाइनेंस रिलेटेड कंपनीज वे वेरी गुड एंड वेर वेरी एबल टू रिकवर. एंड सो ये वीडियो तब मैं 9:40 9:50 को मैं पोस्ट भी किया था. और उसके बाद मैं फाइनेंस में फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज में मैं कुछ ट्रेड भी लिया. एंड दैट वाज आल्सो वैलिडेटेड कि बजाज फाइनेंस टुडे मेड एन ऑल टाइम हाई. सो दैट एक्चुअली शोकेसेस कि फाइनेंस भी एक ऐसी सेक्टर है जहाँ पे कुछ बाइंग हो रही है. सो होपफुली वी विल सी हाउ इट कम्स आउट. बट नो मैटर वॉट, इफ़ यू वॉन्ट टू बी ऑन द सेफ साइड, ट्राई टू प्ले विद द FMCG and IT counters or pharma counters, and you would not be losing out definitely, especially in these scripts. मैं जो ये कंपनीज पे डिस्कस किया हूँ, यहाँ पे ऐसा लग रहा है कि अदर शॉर्टर्स ने अपना पोजीशन बनाया है एंड नाउ दे आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड एन एग्जिट. और अगर कोई कल अगर झट से अगर मार्केट सेंटिमेंट अगर और भी बुरी हुई और अगर ये सेक्टर्स में स्ट्रेंथ आ गई, सो बेसिकली दैट वुड बी गिविंग अ वेरी strong short covering. So that's all I wanted to discuss over here. Thanks a lot for listening and hope this video was helpful.